Good morning, friends. I have a super special topic for you guys today that just came to me as they always do and touches my heart and is like, hey, you need to share this with people. So here I am once again, just sharing with everybody and feeling the gratitude coming back from you guys, which has been so amazing. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about coming back home to yourself. This sounds rather daunting, and I want to remove any stigma that comes around to being at that balanced place that you would consider home. Spiritually, emotionally, relationship-wise, all of the good stuff, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Hey friend, welcome to Deep Healing for Creative Entrepreneurs. My name is Aubrey Barr, and I am a subconscious release technique practitioner and photography business owner. I know you are sick of ending your day feeling overwhelmed and exhausted, and you are seeking a solution to help you feel creatively inspired and actively engaged in your business as well as personal life. In this podcast, we are going to dig into any limiting beliefs or subconscious programs that are keeping you in a space filled with anxiety and stress. This work is not a temporary solution for your life. No, this is a complete transformation. So grab your coffee or tea and let's start you on the road to healing. And let me just say, you can do this. You are worth it, and you are meant to thrive in life and business. So let's dig in. So a lot of you own your own businesses. Some are thinking about starting your business, and you're all very creative. So welcome. You will completely understand how my day started the other day. I had gotten text the night before that someone needed to reschedule an appointment. And then that morning I had 2 other people have to cancel. And so I all of a sudden was faced with a day of empty. Okay, let's say it. I had a free day, but those of you who own your own business know that there's just no such thing, right? There's always something to do. So I certainly wasn't headed to the beach this go round, although I have done that before, but I was faced with an opportunity where I was feeling very, I would say definitely upset, or at least things had gotten shaken up, right? Because you expect a certain thing, you're either expecting income or you're expecting to cultivate a relationship and be able to help somebody, and it just wasn't working that day. And so if you allow yourself, right, you can totally get in the dumps, you can start worrying, you can start the anxiety, you can get in that fight or flight like it's nobody's business and I own this place. Or you can use the time wisely. So I went to my computer, I sat down at my desktop, and while it was loading, I had the opportunity to look around at my desktop, and I saw a Post-it note that I've had on my computer for 6 to 8 months, I would say. And it says, "How may I serve?" It's just a little pink handwritten note that I took. And I thought it was important enough to put it up. And so here I am faced with extra time on my hands and this Post-it note directing me into an area of service, right? And boy, that is a welcome reminder. I'll say that. It was a welcome reminder that brought me back to myself and the reasons why I run a business like this, the reasons why I love to help people with their emotional trauma and their spiritual growth. It was, it's just the whole, it's the foundation of why I have this business. It absolutely is. And so I sat there for a second and I said, okay, so what should I do then? And I decided to go into my Facebook group, my private Facebook group called Deep Healing for the Creative Soul. And you guys are welcome to join us if you're not already in there. And I did a post and I simply said, what's something that feels heavy for you right now? I'd like to send you a special message. And so then I proceeded to receive so many comments on here, and from everything you can think of, okay? Every problem you can think of was showing up on this board, and people just really needing help and wanting, even some of them just wanting support, wanting love, wanting to feel gratitude again. It was a beautiful experience, and I'll tell you why. Because I went through each of these and I sent them voice messages. So a lot of them, like my idea was to send them about 2 minutes, and a lot of them went 5, 6, 7, and 8 minutes. So it took so much of my time and energy, but it felt so good at the same time. Some of these were not even a full sentence of what they were talking about. I mean, it was just super short. Worrying about my daughter, okay? Never feeling like I'm doing enough. Moving away from my close friends. Just the simplest things, and taking that opportunity to open up my heart, to let these people know that I absolutely am in their corner, and I would love to use my gifts to be able to send you a special message and help you feel better today. It just put me back in my place. It took me back to that spot where I feel so much balance in my life, and I feel so much like I am doing what I need to do in order to create the world around me that is more peaceful and more loving and more understanding and more inward, right? Because so many of us look at our outside problems and we take those on as our own, and that's okay to an extent. And this is what I had to send when I sent out messages to people. This is something I had to address over and over again, is yes, there's horrible things happening out there, and I'm not here to make sure that everything's fine, because I can't fix everything, right? But what we can do is we can go inward. We can go back to that place inside of us and say, what lights my soul up? What makes me feel good at the end of the day? Because if I feel good enough, then the people around me will feel that, and it'll spread. And I promise you, that kindness and that love and just full on support does spread. It does spread to the people around you. And it was just a beautiful experience. So I found that this common theme kept coming up, where I was telling people, we're looking for a balance here. We're looking for the ability to be compassionate and empathetic towards other people and their situations, while still being able to feel balanced in our own world. We still have a business to run. We still have a family to take care of. We still have relationships that we want to cultivate. We want those to grow. We don't want them to get stagnant and stale, right? We don't want to lose connection while trying to maintain connected to the outside, if that makes sense. It's a beautiful balance. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not an easy thing to do. And it's not something that we're expected to do, in the snap of a finger, right? We oftentimes have to process things in order to come back to that middle ground. And that's wonderful too, because it reminds us how good it feels to come home to ourselves. So when I say that, when I talk about being in our home, I do want to mention that a lot of you probably don't feel that way very often. And I see it a lot with my clients. There's most of the time a lot of emotional baggage that is sitting there waiting for you, that's like, no, you need to worry more, or don't trust that this will work out for you, because so many things have not worked out for you, or so many people have let you down, or so many situations have came up where you were left high and dry, or you lost your job, or you lost your clients, or whatever. Those little voices will come up, and you need to just say, that's not the way I think anymore. That's not my story anymore. I am putting my trust into things. I'm putting my faith into the process. All of these things you can do. But man, when you keep getting stuck in that place of just negativity and feeling like there's not much you can do, there's a reason why we get stuck there. Our brain wants to repeat that same story for us because it feels better safe than sorry, right? I'm not going to do that. I would rather feel upset about it and not be shocked than to trust that things are working out for my betterment, for my better life, and not be stuck in a situation where I've been let down again. This is 100% your nervous system. This is your trapped emotions, your negative thought patterns, your subconscious programs, and they are stuck in your system and they are trapped in there with emotions and all of that stuff that will absolutely crash you, okay? Will absolutely take you down a notch when you think that life is great. And so as we move through life and things go good for a little bit and then they don't go good for a little bit and we're up and we're down, like that is normal. That is absolutely the normal cycle of life. But if you find yourself sitting far too long in that negativity and you realize that it's starting to affect your relationships and your business and the way you conduct yourself, then I absolutely think that you should join us for this next round of Deep Healing for the Creative Soul. It's been my biggest accomplishment in the world of coming back home to myself. It's been a culmination of all of the creative ideas I've had, all of the spiritual gifts and techniques and somatic stuff and nervous system work that I've been able to incorporate into my own life to be able to help you guys through all of these phases. Okay, and I just can't say enough about it. All of my clients love it. It's just been a beautiful experience for me. So just a few things that we go over. Every week we have a session. You have a pre-recorded session and then you have a live group session. The modules are all designed to help you break through a lot of these trapped emotions, overcome some of your traumas from the past. We never place blame on other people. You do not come out of this hating your family members or your spouse or your children. This is all about personal and self-growth. Okay, so none of it is blame. All of it is about internal things and how you perceived them and then just being able to release them. So if you are listening to this now and you are finding yourself keep going through these cycles of overworking and then, underworking or not being able to work through creative blocks or all of a sudden not being able to bring in money, feeling fearful, or feeling like you don't deserve things, anything like that, the ups and downs of life, and you feel like you keep doing the same story over and over again, that's a really good indication that you are living past programs and you are living out your trapped emotions. And believe me, by the time you are an adult, like pretty much everybody that's listening to this, we have so many of those. It is absolutely the right time to start breaking those down and just saying, peace out. Like, I don't need you anymore. I'm fully capable of forming my own new opinions about life from this new place that I live at, which is a healthy state of mind, emotional intelligence, and spiritual connection. So let me know if that speaks to you guys. It is application based only. You can't just sign up, but I will put the link to the program in the comments. I am totally an open book about how much it costs, what's expected from you, and what's expected from me. All of that will be in the show notes for you guys to just look up. You can look through all of the weeks. They will not be bold, but they will be kind of like a faint font, but you will still be able to see what the weeks are and what we go over each week, just so you can get an idea of what you're getting into. And yes, I would absolutely love having 5 of you in this next group because I'm keeping it small and I am keeping it to where I get to be with you guys 100%, help you through all of it. And I can definitely promise you that life is going to look a lot different by the end of 4 months. You guys are going to start 2024 with a whole new profound look at your business, at your life. You do not even need to own a business to do this course, but that creative side of you that is just dying to be unleashed is going to be. And I know you guys are going to love it. So fill out the application in the link and I will get back to you. If it's a good fit, then we'll get to start. It's going to be incredible. And yeah, I think it's going to be a beautiful opportunity for a lot of you to come back home to yourself. All right, guys, have a wonderful weekend and we will talk again next week. I hope this podcast spoke to you in some way. If it did, please go ahead and leave me a review and subscribe so that I know you're enjoying what you hear. And further, if you know somebody else who owns their own creative business and struggles with anything that we spoke about, please pass this on, because it is my hope that we will be able to build a community of like-minded individuals who love on each other and appreciate the many facets that make our creative business so unique. And lastly, check out the show notes to find my free Facebook community and other useful links to work with me. All right, friends, see you soon.